you ever been to an aqua zumba class? The people drown at them, but I don't know how that would even. You're in the shallow end. You'd have to be 3 foot tall. I don't know.
The people losing it, turning the hearing aids up.
Oh, yeah. Turn my aids up.
Move back right.
These doors.
I have a light bulb. Okay.
You have an idea?
Okay. These are the 2 lamps I have on in my bedroom. They are grey velvet pelicans. The light bulbs, I've replaced them with I got it on Amazon. Okay, that's the worst part of the story. The light bulb is painted like a stained glass window.
Oh, that's nice.
It casts this gorgeous, like, mosaic. It's kind of pink over there, kind of green over there. It's like this beautiful thing. I have a purple velvet lampshade on top. It's so nice. It's soft. It's low pressure. That's the kind of energy I need in my room. This, if I went into a boy's room and that would be a deal breaker, I think.
Mm-hmm.
What if it was lit like a porn set?
If it was lit like a porn set, I'd be like, this is a red flag for me.
If I went into a boy's room and there were just mattresses on the floor and a full camera crew.
Yeah, I would be like,
alarmed.
actually, for me, that's a deal breaker.
What are you doing in going into a boy's room with a mattress on the floor and a full camera crew?
What I'm doing that?
Yeah.
Great question.
Looking for your life partner.
Home Alone 5.
Yeah.
Well, like,
it's a shame Olga's not here because she does have a story about this.
what?
There wasn't a camera
We'll
crew.
park it.
Oh.
Yeah.
When she's back, we'll go back in.
That's a teaser for a future.
Oh.
Did you park anything in Australia while I was not in Australia?
Did we park anything? I think there were a couple of moments where we were like, Riley would love this, but I can't remember what they are.
Didn't write them down.
Off the top of my head.
Didn't write them down.
You can't remember anything in Australia. You were upside down, you know? How
Yeah,
easy
that
is
is
to
true.
remember?
Blood's all in your head.
Yeah. Blood does rush to the head.
It does.
How was it?
Great.
In a
as
word.
Always. Yeah.
And great as always.
Delicious.
Okay, good. That is true though. Australia, the food's great.
Delish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The food is great down there.
I went to Australia.
Yeah.
So far away though. The idea, like when I was I only did 1 gig in Australia. It was on a cruise. It was actually the worst week of my entire life.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've discussed it on this podcast before.
Do you remember if she's discussed the cruise? She's discussed cruising by...
We discussed it, but I think we didn't discuss it on the podcast.
I've discussed it with you, definitely, the cruise.
Upstairs.
It
was an upstairs talk.
It was an upstairs talk.
You don't get to see upstairs.
And that
it's
was
lit
the
way
worst
nicer.
week of my life.
That lamp that Bella described earlier, that's how we light upstairs. Down here, it's sort of lit like a hospital.
It's like a spearmint rhino upstairs.
Yeah, you can walk. I know. I walk around and I sort of you can see the sort of glow of the light emanating from people's windows, and there are some choices that have been made where I'm like, it's so cold and icy. But you went on a cruise, not a cruise sort of not against your will, but.
Well, I guess it was like
For
the
economic
money was
reasons.
good, and I was like, I genuinely thought this will be fine. This will be
Sure, why not?
fine.
Yeah.
And I got it through an Instagram DM,
Oh.
Okay,
which is where all of the safest career opportunities come from for me. They were like, "We'll book you flights." I was booked on a flight that was, I think it was like 18-hour flight, 4-hour layover, 4-hour flight.
Important question. Where'd you lay over?
In Perth.
Right.
Really?
Yeah,
London to Perth, Perth to Broome, if you can fucking believe that.
What's
Yeah.
Broome?
Broome
God
is like
knows.
northern WA.
God fucking knows what
Oh,
Broome is.
really?
It's
Yeah.
right up there. It's like a village
With a cruise terminal.
with a cruise terminal.
Yeah.
I'm in a tiny plastic chair. I'm like preparing for the cruise.
Preparing mentally.
Yeah, I'm doing like Duolingo but cruise, on my phone. Like
yeah, like,
Ahoy. Yeah, I should learn that.
Yeah, learning to go, yeah, that kind of stuff. Sure.
I'm learning to get fluent in bar, and I arrive there. They are so fucking rude to me. I'm like, this is going to be bad. Cruises are awful places. They handed me a sheet of paper. They're like, this is the demographic, just so you know. Average age, 85.
Great.
Average? How old was the oldest person? 120?
So fucking old. And I did learn that actually what it is for a lot of people is that it's basically a nursing home. So it's like basically kids that just want to get their parents away. They will put them on a cruise because it's actually kind of as expensive as a nursing home for and this was a month-long cruise around Australia.
Plus,
I was on it for a week.
It might sink.
Plus, it might sink.
Solve your parent problem.
I'm trying to kill my parents like the Emperor Nero did in a boat accident.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was then
I'm sending my parents on increasingly treacherous cruise line.
Yeah, exactly.
I've booked them onto a little skiff that will be sailing between Tierra del Fuego and Antarctica back and forth.
Yeah, I'm
it just
sending
circles around the Bermuda Triangle for like 6 months.
sending my parents on a cruise with every high-profile Russian dissident. I've arranged this very carefully.
On all sides as well.
The P. Diddy tribute cruise.
I mean, to be fair, P. Diddy probably the safest place to put him is on a boat full of 85-year-olds.
Yeah. He doesn't. He'd be bored as hell. You know.
We're talking like the ironic punishments division. P. Diddy forced to be cruise entertainer.
We're doing sort of Hades stuff.
Yeah.
Bad Boys for Life, which in your case is not very long.
No. You have to keep performing on this cruise ship. The cruise ship is not particularly seaworthy, and it is
seaworthy.
The reason I said
that should have been on your Duolingo for cruises.
Worthy of the sea.
That's like a classic ship word.
Yeah.
Seaworthy.
What the hell are you talking about?
Like
it's worthy of the sea.
Yeah,
what do you mean seaworthy?
Like it can be sailed.
Or like a car can be roadworthy, a ship can be seaworthy.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like seaworthy as in like it doesn't deserve to be near the beautiful sea.
This
like the sea is so majestic that this receptacle of people doesn't not good enough.
Yeah,
receptacle.
Like the sea is like the sea is like
the
sea is a woman with high self-esteem.
The
sea is a woman with high self-esteem, and some boats are like not good enough.
You're not worthy. Yeah. Well, I mean that. If you do put a boat that's not seaworthy in the sea,
it will sink. The sea will eat that.
The sea will eat it up.
So many ways it'd be in the sea forever.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Don't even talk to me about that.
Oh, like
drowning?
Oh,
the seas.
You're not a fan of drowning.
I would hate to participate in that activity. Let me tell you that much.
You'd be drowning and just go, not for me.
Like,
not for me, actually.
Guys, I thought I said I didn't want to do this.
Yeah. I hate it when you're on a group holiday and someone's like, guys, let's go and drown ourselves.
Let's go drown.
Like, I just want to read my book by the pool. Leave me alone.
Although if I had to drown, I would want to do it in a natural body of water, and I would want that natural body of water to be the ocean.
Not like a filled-in quarry.
I would hate to drown at Gurnell, the recreational centre in Ealing. I'd hate to drown there.
That's very specific.
Oh, wait, is that like a sensory deprivation kind of thing?
No, it's just a leisure centre in Ealing.
Which is a form of
I went there a
sensory
lot.
deprivation.
I went there a lot for birthday parties when I was growing up. And it's just like plasters and poo.
Imagine drowning in the middle of
Plasters and poo is the name of a soft play area.
So
it's just plasters and poo.
You wouldn't want to drown in the middle of an aquazumba class or something.
No, that would be
You'd really be bottom of the class, wouldn't you? Sort of not drowning is kind of the bare minimum.
In the shallow end, you'd really have to try to drown.
You'd have to be very
I feel
short.
like if you drown in an aquazumba class, that's also very on the instructor. They should notice.
Yeah,
they
but
should
if you
notice.
do it,
I teach Zumba, I'm not a lifeguard. You've got to be able to keep yourself afloat. It's in terms and conditions.
It's like
all your lungs are full
swim
of
class.
water, but keep shimmying, Brenda.
She died doing what she loved, aquazumba.
Aquazumba till the bitter end.
I've done aquazumba. It's lit.
And they say the band.
It's actually lit. I was in an all-inclusive resort in Greece that me and my husband went to, and we didn't realise it was actually probably like a resort for the elderly. There was one DJ who worked there on Tuesdays, and I think he was called DJ Good Music.
That rocks my world.
That's great marketing.
Well, and
that's also very like Southern European advertising to English speakers kind of thing. It's DJ Good Music wearing a shirt that just says "Please Good Time."
Yeah,
something like that.
It's very.
But the thing is, it's almost so
Eurovision
wrong.
scores.
It's right.
Yeah.
It's a little bit
It's fun.
Pitbull, you know. It's like we're gonna have a good time tonight, and then suddenly, guess what? You are.
You actually are.
Yeah.
It's like
Mr. Worldwide, indeed.
like a fast food restaurant in Berlin might be called something like Snack Pause. And you're just like, I get what you're trying to say.
But you kind of hit the nail on the head in a way. I mean, it feels a little bit like automatic writing when it's like named that
Did
kind
you
of thing.
mean pause like pause?
P-A-U-S-E. Or no, there's one in Hermannstrasse called Burger Pause that I always have a little giggle when I pass.
Burger pause.
Because I'm like, this is just such...
Because it's supposed to be like burger break.
Oh, I don't think it's supposed to be anything. I think there's just like
Two
some
words.
guys picked sort of two words that were vaguely related to what they were doing and were like,
Yeah.
fine, burger pause. Fucking go with it. No one
The
cares.
real
Burger
burger
pause.
is the space between the bites.
Yeah.
It's all about the pauses.
Shout out to everybody who regularly walks past the intersection of Hermannstrasse and Bodenstrasse.
My two
Huge
favorite
shouts out to
Strasses.
And shout out to Gurnell Swimming Pool in Ealing.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Gurnell.
Legally, we have to say you're not at risk of drowning there.
Big shout out
Their aqua
to.
Zumba instructors are qualified to rescue
Sorry.
you.
Classes
Just
in
spot when
school.
somebody's underwater.
You're not more at risk than you would otherwise be in any other Aqua Zumba class.
Yeah.
There's a less risk
Yeah.
of drowning if you're in a normal Zumba class.
Yeah, for sure.
I know
That's
none.
true.
Not none. Never none.
Never not.
Not none.
What
Never
if you
zero.
have a bottle of water and,
You drink it wrong.
You've never been told how to
drink
stop
it so
swallowing.
wrong.
you drink it so wrong that you die.
drown.
Yeah.
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 And you're there drowning on dry land in the middle of a normal Zumba class, and no one helps you because they're like, "Well, I'm sorry, I took the Zumba teacher's oath to not interfere, like a wildlife videographer."
It's like the new Evian ad. Evian, kill yourself.
Yeah. I know someone who's paranoid about her cats getting into her toilet and drowning, so she always like keeps
That's
the toilet
insane.
lid going. Well, yeah.
Ooh.
And then I was
although,
like,
how small are these cats?
no, they're
'Cause-
big. They're like Maine Coons. They're big.
Oh,
cats.
okay. Well, then
And then
How
I
big
was
is this
crazy.
toilet?
It's normal. And I was like, I don't see how it's possible for the cat to drown in the toilet. She was like, you can drown in an inch of water, babe. And I'm like, yeah, but only if you're like unconscious. Like if you drown in an inch of water
Yeah.
and you're
Have to
awake,
And your
hold
cat's
that's on
like
you.
doing fentanyl
Like-
when you're away.
Like, I don't think the cat.
They're not
Cats hate
Elvis.
water for a
Yeah,
kickoff.
they do.
They're not going to go head first down the toilet bowl and
No.
I would
stay
just be
there.
more concerned that the cats are drinking that water.
I don't think they're doing that either.
Well,
Cats are quite clean. A dog would
they
drink
do.
that.
Yeah. Oh God, it's all
Are
awful.
cats clean just because they lick themselves a lot? Isn't that
Yeah.
how they clean themselves?
The
Yeah.
auto rim job.
The auto,
Yes.
Yeah. A rare thing.
Do they only
Yeah.
clean that bit?
auto rimming.
It's when they
Clean-
start from there and
clean
work
all
out in concentric circles.
Yeah, you start on the
No, I feel
critical
like they do
zone
the
and work
asshole
outwards,
last
yeah.
actually, but then they really go crazy.
Do you reckon that's a debate in the cat world? It's like,
Where
whether
do you
whether you eat
start?
the chips or the burger
It's
first.
like you remember
Well-
that like wash your legs thing on Twitter.
I was just gonna say.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
actually, I was gonna say when I have a shower, I do like hair,
yeah, I start
shampoo,
top
condition,
down
and then I wash the body, and then I have a separate bum wash
in a
Ooh.
separate shower.
in a completely
The bum
separate shower.
shower.
The bum shower.
Separate house, you know.
You know, yeah.
You're like, all right, you put a towel on. You're like, all right, time to go wash my ass.
I
And
go
then-
down-
I do
Downstairs,
go
hair
down
and
to
face
another
first. The idea, I do hair
property.
and face first, and then I.
It's really
and then I
convenient. It's only 10
take
minutes
down.
away.
Yeah.
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 It's actually really close.
Sometimes that's all I want to clean. They'll be like, "Oh, you're not going to be aged." I'll be like, "It's just a bum wash. Don't
Yeah,
worry."
so I'll be
That's
back.
good.
I'll
Yeah.
be back in 22 minutes. 10 minutes there.
But
2
I'm
minutes.
just
So I
worried
can't come out
about-
tonight. I'm washing my bum.
I'm washing my bum.
Yeah.
Because I don't. but
takes 3
you don't want to
hours.
like wash. I wash in between the cheeks because you
Yeah,
should, right?
Of course. Yeah.
But then I don't want to spread it to other areas
No,
because I
no,
don't want to
no.
have a breakout.
No, of course
Mm.
not.
I think
Oh
I
my
saw an
God.
episode of Embarrassing Bodies where they got like some
Stop.
dirty lads.
No.
They got some dirty lads and they
No.
like did a bacteria swab off like their like armpits and their hair, and they found out that their hair was just full of poo because they don't wash their.
They've been
bottoms.
shitting on each other's heads.
They've been shitting on each other's heads and then putting a hat on.
They're like, all right. Well, this
Poo
is-
and then
I
swimming
only
cap
know of-
straight
Yeah.
on,
I
straight to
know-
Zumba.
I know
Yeah.
of only one way to keep my hat from blowing off in the wind, which is to stick it to my head.
Yeah.
I,
Poo.
I cannot think of another substance
Nature's
Close
adhesive.
it down.
Yes. Yeah.
to keep my hat on my head. So everybody
Just
line
a
up in a
lovely
circle.
bit poo. Yeah.
I cast my mind back to when I was learning about wattle and daub in primary school, and I thought, what better adhesive than
Than
fecal
poo.
matter?
Ah.
Yeah.
Kids be crazy. I remember at Gurnell, my brother had a birthday
There's a whole
party.
cruise through line we got to go
I
back
know,
to
we've
after
got to
you're
go back
done
to the
Grinnell.
cruise, but
Yeah.
I got to tell you about Gurnell. That my brother, I think it was his. I was 5. I think it was my brother's 8th birthday party. Maybe it wasn't his. There was a birthday party kind of like routine that they had, where all the kids they would like swim, and then there was like a restaurant upstairs
Uh-huh.
called Mr. Wimpy's.
Like,
Oh no, it was
not
called
Wimpy
Wimpy.
Burgers.
It was called Wimpy's. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right, yeah,
Wimpy's.
Wimpy.
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
Mr. Wimpy would come out in his costume, and
Very scared of the children, though, Mr. Wimpy.
But then,
Was there
okay,
a mascot?
there was a mascot. Well, in the branch I was in, there was a mascot that would come
Oh.
out and do like a birthday dance, I guess. But then
Mhm.
my brother's
birthday dance from Mr. Wimpy.
What's
A
the birthday dance? How does it
dance
go?
from Mr.
well,
Wimpy.
we never found out because the kind
Right.
of feral energy of my brother's 8th birthday party became so violent and aggressive that all of the boys started to chant, "Kill Mr. Wimpy." Kill Mr. Wimpy. kill Mr. Wimpy. And all the parents were like, what are we going to do? And then Mr. Wimpy had to like go away because they were about to get mobbed.
Yeah.
Well, like that's why you don't see so many Wimpy burgers in the UK anymore.
What, because
Is
it
it
just makes
because
you
of
feel
violence?
homicidal rage. Makes
Yeah, yeah.
8-year-olds homicidal.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the first time learning there was a Mr. Wimpy.
Not anymore.
I don't mean that in like, is there a Mrs. Wimpy?
Is there a Mrs.
He got torn
Yeah.
apart by Penthy.
Yeah,
Now
it was
they
like
just
the back eye, yeah.
Now there's just Ms. Wimpy and she's always wearing black.
Ms. Wimpy.
Yeah.
Oh, and she's cunty.
And she's cunty, yeah.
Yeah.
She's glad he's
This is the
dead.
only
Yeah.
podcast where Wimpy Burger gets related to the back eye in the same sentence. Congratulations.
What?
But what's crazier is that you and I were thinking of the same thing at the same time, and it was that abstruse.
Yeah, like
That's what's insane.
Yeah.
That's what you
8-year-old
can't
back eye.
teach.
You're just
in this
zooming into
business.
Australia in the
That's
map.
the goal.
Zooming in and out.
That's
Just zooming
bringing
in and
money,
out.
baby.
It's quite soothing. Whoa.
Yeah, it's how I,
Yeah.
center.
Is
Right,
that your
yeah,
first-
so-
Sorry, you're on a cruise.
Back to
Yeah.
the cruise.
Oh, I had to say, sorry, Gurnell sounds like a Swiss boarding school. Like, it doesn't sound like a leisure centre.
I was
Oh,
thinking
wow.
of Isambard Kingdom Grinnell.
Yeah.
I have no idea what you just said.
Isambard Kingdom
Gurnell.
Gurnell, yeah.
Gurnell.
He
He's
really
on-
built all
he's on
those leisure
MDMA.
centers
Yeah.
over the he built that leisure center
Gurney.
over the sort of
the
near
Clifton
Bristol,
Leisure
Clifton
Centre.
Leisure
Yeah,
Center.
yeah.
Yeah.
The suspension leisure center.
The Clifton Leisure
Yeah.
Centre.
It was the original Sky Pool.
Yeah.
You could swim.
You could swim from England to Wales.
Now that's a pool you can drown in.
Yeah. Oh my god! Oh,
Yeah.
what an honor to drown in the original Isambard Kingdom Brunel Sky Leisure Center that spans over the river.
Well, the Clifton Suspension
It
Bridge
does
is over
span
a cliff,
over the river.
I think.
You are correct.
But then you're thinking, you said England to Wales, which is the Severn Bridge, which is a different bridge,
Fuck.
which I don't think was built by Brunel.
Fuck. Okay,
So
delete
don't,
the episode.
Don't sound
Delete
off in
it.
the comments
Delete
about
it.
which bridges are which
Yeah.
or where Wales is or any of that, okay?
Well, there's also
it was
of
a
course,
riff.
There's also, of course, the Engineering University Brunel Leisure Center in sort of northwest London, and the rest, whatever else he
Yeah.
did.
All your other classic standard
Yeah.
Brunels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, anyway, I had to say, you're on a cruise.
That's I really enjoyed all of this.
Uh-huh.
I'm really happy to
Great.
be here, guys. I was on a cruise. Then I have 6 shows booked in.
On the cruise.
I'm thinking I'm going to smash all these shows. I'm going to
Sure.
do really well.
Yeah.
At the time, I'm a reasonably inexperienced comedian.
Mm-hmm.
I get on stage, 600 people. I have to do 45 clean minutes. And I have this kind of mental thing where if something's really important, I can't prepare. The more important something is, the less I'm able to think about it.
God, that seems like a real pisser.
Yeah.
It's a real
Yeah.
bad thing. I'm working through it. Sometimes it's not that bad, but sometimes with the cruise, it wasn't. The only thing I've been learning was like Ahoy. And
Sure. Right.
So
Did you at least
Yeah.
open with Ahoy?
Is that how you open?
Ahoy! I think I did.
Yeah.
I actually did.
Ahoy! Let's talk about pissing.
Well,
The 45 clean
I was
minutes.
so-
The people in the audience were like, don't be ridiculous. We're not
Also,
speaking
I
on the
was
phone.
so fucking tired from like being in a tiny chair for like a day and having had no sleep. And I felt it was like, it was such a random place for me to be. And the sea, anyway, 600 old people. It was 45 minutes of pure silence in a way that I've actually made my soul go to a place where I was like, oh, this is definitely the most unhappy I've ever been. And it's kind of interesting to be here. I was like, I really didn't think I could break through into this. I saw people taking their hearing aids out while I was on stage,
Oh.
Wow.
Boy.
which is kind of amazing because it's like, it's kind of like, I can't be asked to leave,
This woman's so loud.
but I can't do this anymore. So let's just take these hearing aids out
Yeah.
and just watch.
It's the pensioner boo.
It's the pensioner boo. It was kind of polite in a way.
Mm.
Then, obviously, I come backstage. There is a man waiting for me. I don't know who he is. I think he's
Okay.
Silenced gun.
he's like
Yeah.
the guy with his
There's a
eyes.
guy waiting for you, and it's Anton Chigurh from No
Yeah.
Country for Old Men.
Yeah. But it's like a
Because I
cruise
failed
guy.
so profoundly, and I traveled for like a day and a half
Yeah.
to have the worst gig in my life. He was like, he was Lord of the Ocean or something.
Uh-huh.
Lord
And,
of the
The sea lord.
Poseidon?
I didn't.
Yeah.
He was Poseidon.
Poseidon himself.
Poseidon himself was
Who
waiting for me.
disturbs my comedy night? Yeah.
Ready to just impale you on a trident.
And he was
Yeah.
like, he ripped into me and told me how bad it was for
Oh.
so long. He wasn't like, because sometimes
Oh.
when you bomb or you don't do that well, that people, the booker's like, whatever. Like,
People
I know
kind
that
of
you're
just
good.
look at you and go, you know you bombed. We don't have to point it
Exactly.
out.
We
Yeah,
don't have to
yeah,
go
yeah.
into it. But he went into it so hard.
Well,
and
because he'd
then-
really set you up for success, and you'd deliberately thrown the gig. So yeah,
I'd deliberately thrown the gig. I'd fucked up. I'd meant to fuck up.
Yeah.
That was my intention.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
You were
And
doing it to insult him
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
I
the
was-
cruise line.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
because it was a hot room.
it was
Those
a-
people
Yeah.
were there. They were loaded up on Coronas. They were ready to laugh.
They'd just done an Aquazumba class.
Yeah.
They are
They
feeling
lost 3
pumped.
people, and they needed to be picked up.
Yeah, that's right.
And all
Yeah.
I did was kick them when they were down.
All the guys had just taken Cialis, and they were like ready to get energized before
Yeah.
going off.
You're not allowed
Yeah.
to do that before Aquazumba. There've been incidents.
These people
And-
were hard. They were wet.
An
They were riled
Aquazumba
up.
class at sea is very funny
They all-
conceptually.
It's like,
There was a
okay, we're
swimming
ready
pool.
to
There was
go.
a swimming
You get
pool. There were
washed
multiple.
away.
But they don't do it in the
Yeah.
pool. They just tether them on the back of the boat.
Yeah.
Just give it your best
a
shot.
massive net, and they all get in. And then at the end, they lift up the net and then drag them back in
They
like
just
fish.
reel in like 25 corpses. Well, another successful Aquazumba class / offering to
Oh
the
boy, are
gods.
they out of breath?
All right, who's next for Who's next for Aquazumba mercy killing?
Yeah. Yeah.
So Poseidon was really displeased. He I was meant to do like 4 other show 5ers. He immediately was like, "Well, we can't put you on stage again here."
Sure.
You'll never work on this boat again.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll lynch you.
I know that
pensioners
you
are
can't nip
furious.
home, and we aren't at the next port for
You
another.
can't nip home.
Obviously, you can't nip home. He was British as well. Instead of me, there was a screening of a Billy Connolly DVD.
Oh.
And I heard that it killed. I heard that the people loved the DVD, and then I had to go into hiding basically because 600 people had seen me so profoundly fail,
Yeah.
and I was being accosted. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about the room. I was in a window. I was imagining a balcony. I was like, even if it's a profound failure, I'll have a balcony. I can just stare at the ocean, and that will
Sure.
be healing for me.
Mm.
No, windowless cabin on the 14th floor, which is like you're this so much.
14 floors above
Oh.
sea level.
14 floors above sea level.
Were you with other entertainers?
Nope.
Just you in a
Wait,
cabin by
They
yourself?
bet the farm on someone they got from an Instagram DM.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were sharing a bunk with a Billy Connolly DVD.
Yeah, I was sure.
Was it?
Have you ever been to an Aquazumba class? You know, the people drown at them, but I don't know how that would even. You're in the shallow end. You'd have to be 3 foot tall. I don't know.
That people losing it, turning the hearing aids
Oh,
up.
yeah. Turn my aids up for this one.
It's like it's so relatable. For-
Yeah.
if you've lost 7 friends to an Aquazumba class, then you have to be able to laugh about it.
Have you ever been to the post office, but the queue's so long you need a wee?
Like just Billy Connolly's most pensioner material.
And everyone's like, woo! Women like getting their tits out.
Yeah.
You know when you try and see your friends, but they're all dead.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
They all went to Aquazumba.
Yeah, that's right.
So you were performing on the Bella
Yeah.
Hull official
The Bella
cruise.
Hull official
The
cruise.
Bella Hall fan cruise.
Yeah. I mean, a victim of nominative determinism there.
The Bella Hull fan cruise. And because of this, I mean, A, that made me feel really ill. B, what you are not thinking about when the boat is doing this is the sewage.
Right.
It's
Right.
doing this.
Sloshing.
It's sloshing. I would go to sleep. I'd wake up and be like, what's
And
that
these are old
smell?
people
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
What's that smell? It smells like shit.
Do you mean you
Open
and-
my toilet. Someone else's full diarrhea. My toilet is full of some old person's full diarrhea.
Wait,
Uh,
it'd come
for
in
5
from
days.
another toilet?
Or as they would call
Yeah.
it, their
Right.
normal bowel movement.
Their normal
Yeah.
bowel movement.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
The
can't bowel
toilets are
shame.
working in reverse.
It was
I had to
so,
put it back in my ass. It's not
It-
even mine.
so awful.
I don't
was
know Billy
so
Connolly, but I
bad.
assume you're
It
channeling him
sounds
quite well.
exactly like that. It
It's
really
not really
does.
the content, but the
Yeah,
voice.
it was really
Yeah,
good.
thank you.
God, maybe you should go on this boat.
You should
Yeah,
do it.
we've
You
got
nail
to-
it. You
Look,
nail it.
We've all seen the Billy Connolly. Look, we 800 sort of, nonagenarians now.
Well, they're
get
800 at
together.
Yeah.
the start
Well,
of the
sorry,
cruise, but then
Yeah.
yeah.
We remaining nonagenarians, we get together every year and then we hang out on the cruise ship.
Yeah.
We shit in each other's toilets, and then it's the old person
It's
equivalent
Squid
to the tea
Game,
party.
but just with
Yeah.
leisure activities.
And then we
Yeah.
watch the same Billy Connolly DVD, every night. And the problem is some of us are starting to remember it from night to night and year to year, and it's no longer as fresh. We need a Billy Connolly impersonator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
To
everything
perform on the
feels
Bella Hall
fresher when
cruise.
it's in a new skin,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can do the same 10 minutes 5 times back to back.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they'll love it. Yeah.
Could you
Also,
not-
when I was bombing that hard, have you ever bombed so hard that you actually start repeating yourself?
where you're so used to it because you're
Because
so
you-
used to
Let's
getting
try
the
that
beats.
again.
Yeah.
All right, reset.
I just started fucking up so badly. And then I would also, all of the food, because people always talk about the food in Australia is amazing. On the cruise, because everyone has no teeth, it was like, I just wanted an apple.
A
And
lot
the
of-
only
yeah.
option was like an apple that had been cut up
A
into
lot
like grains of
gummable
rice.
foods.
It was so
Mm.
disgusting. All the desserts were like, there was like a thin film of plastic after you've eaten it in your mouth.
Right.
And I was being accosted constantly by old women
Yeah.
who, whenever I went to have a meal, I would be like stopped by somebody. 2 different ones that are coming to my mind. One of them, a woman, okay, 3 actually. One of them, a woman comes up to me. She's like, I saw you. I have no reason to lie to you. I've lived a very long life. You need to stop.
You need to stop,
need
not
to
even
stop.
being specific.
You need to stop doing comedy.
Right. Okay.
You're not good at it. Women these days, women your age, they are obsessed with following their dreams. It's not worth it. I could see you up there. You weren't happy.
Did she become Australian halfway through talking
Yeah.
to you?
She became, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing here. I didn't know what I was doing on the cruise. I've never had any idea what I'm doing. She told me that to just find a nice husband and just stop it.
And just start cranking them out.
And she had a point.
Yeah.
And look at you now, single
me
and
now.
still doing stand-up comedy.
Single, still doing stand-up comedy
Yeah.
and thinking, fuck. I was watching a Netflix show on my phone at one point. A woman comes up to me. I've told Milo this.
Is this on the cruise?
This is on the cruise.
What show are you watching?
Billy Connolly stand-up.
I could get.
This is good.
I understand why they wanted to watch that DVD.
I'm watching Billy Connolly. I'm
You know when you
actively
eat the
cutting
dessert and
myself.
there's a little plastic
And actively
film in your
slitting
mouth.
my wrists while listening to an old Scottish man. She
They've
comes
cut
up.
up the apple so small. It's like powder. Who's that for, man? You could snort it.
I'm watching Billy Connolly on my phone, no headphones. It's just blaring out.
Yeah.
This woman comes up to me and she goes, in my day, all I needed for entertainment was a piece of string.
What?
That's such an old person thing to say. Like, what does that even mean?
Not even with anything on the end of it.
What did she do with the string?
Well, God fucking knows.
Yeah.
It's,
I used to garrote
That was
Nazi
her.
officers during World War II.
that was her non sequitur, and then she just walked away. And I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm a piece
Well,
of
she
shit.
said all
then.
she needs to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, she said it.
Get that string.
The funniest thing you could
Get
have
that
done
string,
would be
diva.
like ostentatiously just like do rhythmic gymnastics with a piece of string in front of
Rainbow
her.
rhythms.
Next time you see her,
Yeah.
just be like,
Yeah.
right, we're right.
Just get a bit of twine and dangle it over her belly.
Uh-huh.
Just play with it.
I love that also what they remember is like,
maybe she was a cat who got
Yeah.
like
yeah.
they transformed into a human.
Yes.
She was like,
She's
well,
an animorph.
all I used to need when I was a little girl was to sort of bat around a ball of yarn, and that was enough for me.
Yeah, we were all cats in those days.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But I,
Yeah, being humans woke now.
yeah.
We used to be cats.
Yeah. Well, I used to eat out of a bowl on the floor and shit in a little box. It was fine. It was all right for us.
Never did me any
Like
harm.
that's how old she was. It was like
Yeah.
evolutionarily, she was a cat when
Yeah,
she was a
yeah,
child.
Yeah.
I had 6 tits. But they're like so far from being young.
It was like an own. It was like a mic drop
Yeah,
moment
yeah,
for
yeah.
her, and then she walked away.
But it's like for her, like the difference between your age and 6 is like negligible. So she can't see the difference between those two lifestyles. Like yeah, maybe when you were 4, you did play with a bit of string, or like you were doing conkers or something. But that would be an absurd thing for a woman in her like mid to late 20s
Yeah.
to be doing.
Conkers on my own.
Yeah,
I mean, that's mental illness.
Solo conkers is very brutal, isn't it?
When you get to her age, you can go on the Bella Hull cruise as
Yeah.
a guest and then walk up to whoever the new Bella Hull is and then just like say to them like, hey, just want to let you know that when I was your age.
All I needed was the Menendez brothers on Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
what do you need? It's like going to be the metaverse by then. It's going to be like
Exactly.
interactive porn. Or whatever.
It's like Looper, but in
Yeah.
reverse. Like you're the old version and you've been sent to kill the young version of you,
Yeah.
but just with a devastating own.
Piece of string.
Yeah.
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 That's
Just
what
I
with
don't
a
even need
piece
to
of
garrote you
string.
with this. I'm just going to kill your spirit.
But also,
I'll
it's like,
show you what
yeah,
we
and that's why you're stupid because you only played with string and you never learnt to read.
How
you know?
long was the piece of string?
I don't know. It didn't get that far. Yeah, how long was
How long
it?
is a piece of string?
So, Bella, did this old lady seem particularly enlightened and one with sort of all of existence? Could it have been?
No,
Did she have the Buddha nature?
The
was she
Dalai
asking
lady?
you a kind of?
No,
Sort of
she
was it a
had.
Zen tone?
She had the energy of a cunty 88-year-old Australian woman.
Like with like an
Okay.
arched eyebrow? Like when we say cunty, do we
She
mean
had like stiletto
No,
boots
not
on.
She was in
cunty
full
in the
drag.
not cunty in the RuPaul sense. Cunty in the sense that's like you're gonna see her. If you see her walking into a B&Q, you're like, "Fuck, I feel bad for the staff today."
I feel bad for the string section.
No.
They're going to be out of string.
Uh-huh. As opposed to if you see her walk into a B&Q, you're just like, damn, this B&Q just got awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh-huh. I see. I get it.
But yeah, that was bad. I also then because I love drinking tea, it's very soothing to me. So I'd made like make 2 mugs of tea, take them into the lift back up to floor 14.
Or just get back
Just
in
for the lift.
Just
Not
for the
even-
lift. I
Get
get into
back
the
in your
lift
shit
with
bucket.
2 scorching hot mugs of tea. There's just an old man and his friend in the lift. He says to his friend, I'm holding 2 full cups of tea. That girl looks like she needs a tickle.
Oh,
was
no.
I was looking up something that didn't go anywhere. What? Who said that?
An old man in a
Oh,
lift
right.
in Australia.
She
I
looks
mean,
like she needs
Why,
a
did he?
tickle.
Was he like handsome?
No, he
Okay.
Tickle is Western
he-
Australian slang for help carrying something.
Old
Yeah.
and scabby. And you know when I saw someone like scratch, you know when old men like their hair goes and then their scalp goes?
As in, like, it's not smooth, like it's flaky.
horrible.
It's
Just
flaky
raw
and like
skull.
just itching a scalp and then the scabs fall into the
Because they're
cauliflower
not
cheese.
SPFing their scalp. Yeah.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
I lived this.
Stop
This
it.
was my life.
Riley couldn't handle a cruise. It would be too much.
Of course I
And
couldn't.
it's like bleeding.
What do you
It's like
know
bloody.
about?
There's
Stop
like
it.
blood under
Stop
their
it.
nails.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
Years of exposure to
Oh,
no
dear.
ozone layer.
Oh, it's so awful.
Did he tickle you?
No, he didn't.
Whilst
He
you
just
had
said
the
that,
tea?
he just said that he wanted to,
Okay.
and I didn't laugh.
No.
No.
I was not in the mood for laughing.
You
and
were
neither was-
threatened in the lift.
Yeah, I was
It was a
threatened.
tickle.
You're a stronger woman than me because I would have I would have laughed out of politeness.
No, I think I was so broken in my psyche by that point that I
Yeah.
couldn't even muster it.
I'd have put the teas down, pulled my top up, and say, like, tickle a nipple.
Yeah, go crazy.
Just lean in. Really lean in.
The smell was so bad.
What, in the lift?
Everywhere. It smelled like old people shitting everywhere.
Was that the Twinings blend that you went
Imagine
for?
that as a review on like TUI.com for the like 3 stars. It smelled like old people shitting everywhere, but the Billy Connolly DVD was very well chosen.
And only 8 of my friends died at Aquasumba.
And there
It
were
was
men,
quite a low death toll actually for the actors.
there were men walking around with just that had like slightly pissed themselves, just like with a small wet patch around their crotch.
You do get to that
Walking
point.
really
It could have been
slowly.
pre-cum.
Yeah.
It
Could have been pre-cum.
Because they were all so hard.
They just were so beyond caring about it. They didn't give a fuck.
They do say on cruises, like, they are hotbeds for like gastrointestinal
disease,
issues.
yeah.
Legionnaire's disease, and
What's
like
Legionnaire's disease?
an incredible experience.
It's like a bacterial infection that kills you.
Do you get it from
Cool.
water? Bad
It,
water?
it breeds in stagnant water. So
Was that
quite-
Vile's disease?
I'm
people
really
used to get
upset.
it, also Vile's.
Yeah.
People used to get it from air conditioning systems.
Oh,
They used to have
yeah.
lots of stagnant water in there.
But
not anymore.
people who go on cruises also like do a lot of sex.
Mm.
So they actually could have
Been fucking. And
could have been
there's
fucking.
also there are big morgues on these ships. They
Oh,
have
yeah.
they have morgues with
Mm.
like 30 places.
Yeah.
Don't
They're going to
tell-
put you in there after that set.
Yeah.
Nothing stops a good time.
We're gonna beep the name of the cruise line, but I want to read some of their reviews.
It was a cruise.
Oh.
It was a cruise going
Ironically
around
named.
Australia.
Wait, so did
Well,
it
the
just
whole
go
way
around
round?
Australia?
Yeah,
Not
and I was
anywhere
only
else?
on it for like a week.
Right. So did you have to stay on the cruise for another 5
Yeah,
days?
Yeah.
Not working?
I was so mentally ill by the
Ah.
time I got off of it. And also I was like, my body, because I was like, I'm about to go home. So there's no point in me adjusting to this time
Yeah.
zone because I don't want to be fucked when I get back to the UK.
Well, yeah.
Sure.
So I would just be napping for 2 hours, 3 times a day, and that was it. And
Much
then,
like everyone else on the cruise.
exactly.
Yeah.
And then it would get to nighttime. I'd be wide awake, and I'd be like, "Oh, finally, I can actually go. I can walk around this cruise, and I'm alone. I won't be accosted by some old person trying to sexually assault me."
Yeah.
I go out into the blackness of the sort of like balcony that surrounds the cruise, and the wind would be like 50 miles an hour or more because the cruise goes quicker at night. And I would literally just let the wind just fucking destroy me.
I
would just stand there like this and just let the wind like penetrate into my soul because I needed to be cleansed.
A good breeze.
It was
The breeze of the soul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe that you got fired on day 1 and had to just stay.
Just stay. Well, what else am I
it's
going to do? Get a dinghy?
It's like if they locked the door of the boardroom when Alan Sugar fires one of the apprentices.
Yeah, exactly. They'd be like,
and he's just there for a really long
for
time.
a week. I know.
Love
And
it.
all I had
Thanks
to do
again,
was
Karen.
like, because
Yeah.
for me, if I do like fine or not that well at a gig, I just got to get out of there, you know?
And you have that option. You can just
absolutely, yeah.
leave.
You're just like, yeah. And I didn't have the option. So I just had to stew in a failure that I was like, objectively, I know that this failure actually doesn't matter at all. Because of course I don't even want to succeed here. But like, I just had to sit in it. I just had to sit in the shit of what it had been for so long.
Yeah, fuck. Imagine if you
Wow.
discovered that like 85-year-old Australians were
Were
your
my
dream
audience.
Oh.
Yeah.
That would be kind of worse in a way.
And they go on a cruise every year.
Mm.
That's your entire income sorted.
Yeah.
yeah.
That would have been good.
Yeah.
Yeah. You ever been on a
Um,
cruise, Sam?
No, I have. I get very seasick,
Mm.
so I wouldn't. So I'd pop a. Did you take a travel sickness tablet?
No.
Oh, I love a travel sickness tablet.
Oh, that
Even
sounds
for the
really good.
bus.
Oh, the bus is
Even for
the
the
most
Even for the
sickening
bus.
vehicle, I think.
Uh-huh.
I pop a quells
The most
and I
sickening.
just. Yeah. If you sit upstairs on the top deck of a bus at the back, very wobbly place to be.
Mhm.
Very
I've got to be
wobbly.
upstairs at the front. Hands
you-
up.
I think people don't do that anymore.
It's listening to NY
I go
State
upstairs
of
to
Mind.
Yeah, like,
Upstairs at the front,
just
cock out.
blaring. I bring my own speaker.
Yeah.
The kids today don't like sitting at the front of the bus. They don't.
I love it.
They don't like pretending they're at Alton Towers.
Oh.
It's sad.
I know there's a handlebar at the front, as if it's like going to be a crazy ride.
Mm.
You know?
There is some. Oh no, that's the DLR.
No, that's the bus. That's upstairs in a
on
London
the top
bus.
deck of a bus.
Oh right. Oh right.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just hate what this country's become.
yeah.
Mm.
You think it used
No,
to be
I-
Great Britain and now it's just Britain.
It is just Britain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
I've-
I've been to the spot on the Google Maps of Britain where they wrote Great Britain,
Oh.
which is fun.
Did you
What do
find
you
the big
mean?
What was
G?
that?
Oh, they wrote it on the map.
Yeah, well, so you know, if you look at the Google Maps of Great Britain,
Yes.
it will say at some point in Great Britain,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
What is it,
Uh-huh.
Birmingham?
No, it is a small field in near Clitheroe.
Is that
Ah.
County Durham?
No, it's
is
on the
that?
other side.
Is that Clitheroe spelt Clit Hero?
Yeah, it was really funny. I was there with my French ex-girlfriend's family, and her mother couldn't stop calling it Clitheroe,
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
which I
Yeah,
thought was
lovely.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, look, it says Great Britain right there.
Zut
just-
alors, we have finally
Wow,
found
that's
it.
so
People
wicked.
said it
I
was
have
not
walked-
possible.
Well,
no?
yeah, I have walked through the little field.
All these years, my husband has been looking for the clitoris, and it turned out it was in a field in the north of England. Well, now it's time to make up for lost time, huh?
Yeah, it's
That would kill
I
on
mean,
the cruise, I feel. That would do
Yeah.
really well.
It's
yeah,
a really sort
but
of
as Billy Connolly.
In my day, we didn't even have a clitoris. You couldn't afford one. Your mother was like a Barbie doll. That was like, perfectly smooth.
then
Like she'd been planed.
then how did she become a mother then?
Yeah. Well, that was part of the mystery.
Yeah.
That was one of the mysteries.
I like that you're like fact checking my brain parasite Billy Connolly.
It's not
bit.
realistic enough.
Yeah, hey. Where's your commitment to verisimilitude?
Yeah. Billy Connolly would never talk about his mother's clitoris.
You say so many big
Black
words on
mirror.
this podcast.
Verisimilitude is a word. I haven't heard that
Verisimilitude?
wheeled out for a while, actually.
Yeah, you know.
One time I heard Shakira say verisimilitude.
She's really
and it was
smart.
a great day.
Was it in conversation or like in a
Just
song?
like in passing.
Uh-huh.
Just talking
Doesn't
about
she have
that good
like
old
a
verisimilitude.
really high IQ, Shakira?
Like 140.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Wow.
And she has a charity that gives shoes to children or something.
Like any particular children or just whatever
Just her,
children
her
are about?
own children.
Uh-huh.
It's a charity where she buys her kids shoes.
Shakira's IQ is a stat that only a gay man could know.
Uh-huh.
It's such a beautifully niche
Any-
piece of
any
information.
I
sort
knew
of-
it though. I knew that it was
Yeah.
high. I just didn't know what it was exactly.
Any sort of statistic about any pop diva, I can just I can just tell you. Ask me anything.
Okay. How many DUIs has the main sugar babe had?
The main sugar babe.
Oh, you've
Yes.
outed yourself there.
You think there's just
It's a flat
one babe?
hierarchy.
Well, the main
Your question
babe.
is broken. The
It's,
Yeah.
it's an
question is
ensemble,
broken.
Riley.
You've ruined
sugar
the
babes.
game.
You've ruined the game. You've ruined
Is there
everything.
not? Is there not a lead sugar babe?
No.
There's not a head sugar babe. That's the whole point.
It's
They
like a
have amazing
communist
harmonies,
party.
and
Yeah.
the OGs are the best together. Hey, nothing but love to Jade, Amel, and Heidi. I'm sure they're having a lovely time.
Heidi's one of the OGs, though.
No, she
Keisha and
isn't.
Siobhan.
Yeah, sorry.
That's why when they came back, but they didn't have the legal rights to the sugar babes, they had to call themselves MKS.
What does
Shout
that
out to
mean?
Flatline.
My kill self.
My kill self.
The alternate personality that I sort of slip into when I'm about to, commit serial
They
murder.
actually called
Yeah.
themselves My Chemical Romance, but it's just horrible at spelling.
They're just so dyslexic.
it's their names.
Oh, MKS.
Matey,
Oh, but-
Keisha, and Siobhan.
Wow.
Yeah. But now they're back.
I love
Jungle.
the Sugar Babes. Push
Love
the
it.
button. What a fucking tune.
What a
It
banger.
is.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
trying to think of a pop diva, and then just none came to mind.
The
We
Sugar
get
Babes
it.
is a crazy
You're
one to be
heterosexual.
your
No,
first
no,
one.
that's the
Yeah.
thing is I also was in a relationship with someone who talked about pop divas frequently, and I used to be able to summon pop divas very easily.
Summon.
Yeah,
Like a
Or just ring
conjurer,
a bell
like
and
witch.
Kesha turns up.
Wow.
I used to. They would I'd just be like, yes,
Tip of the tongue.
Sabrina Carpenter, that's a pop diva.
She is, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
There we
She's
go.
having a moment. Yeah, what do you want to know about her?
DUIs, number of DUIs.
Height.
4, 2 in manslaughter. Height,
Uh-huh.
5 foot.
But it's in her song.
Is it? Which
5
one?
feet. I give quite an impression, 5 feet to be exact. That's the beginning of Taste, isn't it?
Oh.
Mhm.
Do you know
God,
what?
that's little.
That makes so
Yeah.
much sense because I thought she was just stood 5 feet away. I just thought it was social distancing.
Uh-huh.
I thought she was just being respectful.
Yeah, she looks best at that distance.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
like
you have to
her-
keep
It's
some
like
distance
a
from
Lord of
her.
the Rings
Length.
thing where she actually has to stand much closer to the camera than
Yes.
Ian McKellen, who's standing further away.
She did.
yeah,
She
yeah.
did a holiday special. Sabrina Carpenter. She did a big Christmas special.
She's
That was
very
fine.
Christmassy. She's a Christmassy presence.
She loves a jingle.
Yeah. She looks good in red.
She
Yeah.
does. I mean, I don't think anyone's going to tell Sabrina Carpenter that she looks bad in anything.
Mm.
True.
And
That's
she's
what
always,
she needs. Maybe that's what she needs. She needs
She
someone
looked
who's going to
bad
speak
in
truth
a-
She
to
like
needs some
sludgy
shame. She
grey.
needs some
Uh-huh.
less self-esteem.
Yeah, yeah.
How about this?
Okay.
Okay,
Go on.
I got one for you.
Yeah.
So rude
How
to
many
point.
how many countries has Azalea Banks been barred from entering?
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, is this something you know?
No.
No.
3.
She has been banned.
Do you know
She's-
the answer? No.
Yeah,
in which
yeah,
case,
no.
3.
In which
She's
case, allow
banned-
me to confidently assert that it is 3.
She's
Yeah.
been banned from
Has
Australia
she been banned
because
from Ireland?
she's been banned from Ireland. She's banned from Australia because of what she did on the Billy Connolly Bella Hull cruise. she's banned from Ireland. Won't go
Because-
into it. It's
yeah,
a
we
bit
won't-
of a kneecap situation. Also, randomly, she's banned from Turkmenistan.
It's so easy to
Yeah,
get banned from
And
Turkmenistan.
she's
though.
actually banned from 4 countries. She is banned from Czechia because she refuses to not call it the Czech Republic.
Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't?
Who wouldn't?
Yeah.
She is
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
funny though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's very
I mean,
shy.
the reason
Oh.
she springs to mind is that I do follow it.
I
Her
follow
tweets
her.
are quite.
Right.
Everyone
something.
says
Yeah,
it
yeah,
about
yeah,
her.
yeah.
She loves a laugh.
She loves a laugh. And also sometimes,
Yeah.
because I follow her on Instagram, sometimes I'll click on her story. There are like 40 stories. I'm like, she's having a manic episode. Let's fucking go.
Let's
LFG.
watch.
I'm making
Yeah.
an Ovaltine. Let's,
Making an Ovaltine.
let's go through these bad boys.
That is how Azalea
Instagram.
Banks is supposed to be enjoyed. It's
Yeah.
a pairing.
Get an Ovaltine. I'm
Yeah.
having a manic episode.
The pop divas and girlies going on Instagram Live is a gift.
yeah.
A gift.
Yeah.
Especially when they're crying.
Yeah. Or Nicki Minaj can't work out how to start or stop the live. And then
That's
people just keep
so
sending her comments
magical.
about her boobs.
Okay, cool.
And she goes like, big boobs. And she holds quite a hefty pair of her big natties. And
She
then,
holds
and then
quite a hefty
she
pair.
has to.
Weighty bazumbas.
Weighty, huge melons.
Aquabazumba.
Aquabazumba.
She won't drown.
She's not drowning.
They'll keep her afloat.
She's not. No, but when they get when Britney Spears sometimes just pops on a live
Spinning.
with knives. Now with
Spinning
knives.
with knives.
Why does
She's
she have
got 2
knives? She has
knives.
knives?
Because
Like chef's knives?
Yeah,
they're
they-
kind
Like
of
combat knives?
no,
They
you
look
know
kind of like expensive chef knives, yeah.
they kind of look like you know what you'd serve a slice of cake with.
What,
They're
like
that shape almost.
like a triangle knife?
Yeah.
Wait, did she have
kind of.
like a sort of like a punching dagger?
Kind of, yeah, like what the ninjas would throw, not the star. That it's like a little, it's like a longer, flatter one.
I know the one you're talking about.
And she sort of like just dances around, and then she like bangs the knives together occasionally.
Yeah, she's spinning a lot.
She's spinning a lot.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
playing with sort of two cake server.
Yeah, she doesn't seem
Yeah.
like she's doing too well.
I think we just have to leave her well enough alone.
I remember being told to do that.
Yes,
Leave
bye.
Whitney alone. That man.
James Charles?
No.
Well,
kind of a predecessor.
we tried that. James Charles is being cancelled right now.
I
Yeah,
thought that
really?
happened
Before
ages
this
ago.
time.
No, so what happens
Who's
is
James Charles, first of all?
Oh, what a big
James Charles
question.
is the Chancellor of the Exchequer. He was a beauty guru who started making like cute little YouTube videos. We were just talking about YouTubers. He started making cute little videos, being like, "Hi, sisters. Here's how I'm decorating my math textbook for the new semester before midterms, and I'm joining the
He was kind of one of the
lacrosse team."
first internet cunty gays.
A little bit. Oh, because he was the first
Yeah.
boy to be a
Mhm.
model for CoverGirl Cosmetics.
Yes, that was big.
And so the way he ended up on the Ellen show because he did his own makeup to go to his prom, and then they wouldn't let him take a prom photo. So then he paid someone to do it like professionally or something. But there was a whole scandal, like the whole thing was like a scam and none of it was true.
And then the first round of cancellation for James Charles. So he was friends with other YouTubers. One of the people he was friends with was a YouTuber called Tati Westbrook.
Tarty Westbrook.
And
Was
Tati
she also a
Westbrook
makeup
was-
influencer? Because
she
that's
was.
really...
But
And-
she was
and she taught
15 years
him-
older than him or 10 or something.
Yeah, but so it was like a...
And her name was
she-
Tarty.
Tati.
T-A-T-I.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
They have a very close friendship that's
They do.
kind of maternal, whatever. Then suddenly, out of nowhere, so his whole thing is Hi Sister. Tati Westbrook uploads a 40-minute YouTube video called Bye Sister.
It's feature length.
It's
Oh.
feature length.
Ooh.
Yeah.
She's sobbing through the whole thing about how James Charles was at her birthday dinner. And
Her birthday?
Her birthday dinner. And
birthday
all he did was talk about how much he wanted to suck dick and cock
That's how...
of
yeah.
the
Dick and
straight...
cock.
That's actually how she
the
says
straight
it. It was like,
waiter.
we were having a dinner with my
like,
family and you're talking
You're
about,
talking about sucking dick and cock, and it's my birthday dinner.
And also the reason, the real reason that she posted this was because James went to Coachella and it was sponsored by a rival vitamin gummy company. And he knows that Tati had just started her own gummy company.
Yeah, and she felt very betrayed by that. And he was
Yeah.
wearing a pair of jeans that just was jeans, but with no arse.
No ass. He loved talking about having like a big fat ass.
Yeah.
That was not ever there. And then
Wow.
and the video doesn't the video start with like sort of a classic YouTuber being like, this is a video that I've never thought I'd have to make. This year has been so many highs and so many lows.
Yeah.
And I sit here and I feel completely blindsided.
YouTuber thumbnail, sucking dick and cock.
And sometimes
At birthday
now,
dinner?
I'm in this really twisted side
Mr.
of...
Beast is like, I suck 1,000 homeless cocks.
At a birthday dinner, no
At
less.
birthday dinner. I will go to any birthday dinner and suck dick and cock. But doing that like Mr. Beast face where it's like,
I will either
And because you came so hard, we're going to give you $2,000.
God, imagine that. Like,
I will either ruin or improve your birthday dinner depending on how many people are there and what you want to happen.
Yeah.
And if they want their dick and cock sucked.
Sorry, just dick, no cock.
just the cock, please. I'm driving.
Not just any old Tom, Dick, and
I've
cock.
got to go perform on a cruise, so just one of the two.
Wait,
I can have a
hold on.
half. I can have a half. Just a thing. Yeah.
So that happens, and then there's also an insinuation of like some underage activity of some kind.
He's DMing people. But the
He's
thing is,
DMing
he's quite young. So I think he was like
He's-
18, 19. He's DMing 15-year-olds maybe.
Yes, but he DMs them because he thinks they look cute, and then finds out later that they're 15.
Sure.
Because he doesn't do his due diligence, I guess. And then it turns out that
Well, he's sat on a leather sofa in an arseless pair of jeans. You know, he's got enough issues, I
he's
think.
claggy.
He's claggy, yeah.
God, yeah.
He's
Can you
stuck.
imagine?
He's
Can you
stuck.
imagine the sound it would make when he gets up? You couldn't do that on a cruise, let me tell you.
Imagine if he stood up and his cheeks just went, "Hi, sister." His catchphase comes out his butthole.
That would be amazing.
Like a Woody. He's got like a drawstring.
Yeah,
That you can
yeah.
pull.
But then there was the underage stuff. But then then he has like a little comeback
Mhm.
because we find out that Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star, who also make makeup, or they collaborated on that thing,
Mhm.
told Tati that she should make the video. So then she makes the video. Then she makes another video basically apologizing for everything that she said, and she takes it all back.
I
And
don't
now
think I was aware of that.
I have a lot of free time
Yeah,
after
so do
finding
I.
out
But
now.
I need to go back into
And
this.
then now James is being cancelled because his best friend broke up with her boyfriend. No, someone broke up with their boyfriend because it was an abusive relationship, physically abusive. And then James Charles got with the person
Oh,
who was abusive.
James.
Naughty.
We need to
Right.
separate the art from the artist, I think, here.
The only I
Yeah.
I saw someone posted a Grindr screenshot of James Charles, and that's why he was
Did he have the
front
arseless
of
jeans
mind.
on?
No. Well, I don't know. You would only see his face.
He may have done. We
Yeah.
can't speculate.
I have no idea what.
Well,
It's
that was
been-
very informative.
Yeah,
It's been a
thank you.
while since I've been on Grindr. I
Uh-huh.
didn't think. I think people did faces. I thought it was neck down.
Yeah.
Because it was always like a thing of like
How
it's
do
just
you
headless
recognize
Charles
someone
face.
on a date, though?
I think the whole point is
you
you're
just
not.
go to their house.
You just go. You're sucking dick and cock.
Yeah.
Yeah,
At
yeah,
a
yeah,
birthday
yeah.
dinner.
S-
At a birthday
SDAC.
dinner. Yeah.
SDAC.
Yeah. That's in my bio.
Uh-huh.
It's SDAC.
Like it's a stock market.
Yeah.
How's
It's,
the
uh,
SDAC today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, up, up,
We're gonna-
and
went
it was
up
up
and
We're
down.
down.
performing extremely well in the S-Stack, okay?
Uh-huh.
I've got JD Vance under the desk in the Oval Office right now. He's propping up the market, that's what they say, okay? He's gagging it down. I've got everyone in the cabinet in crotchless jeans.
RFK just giving poppers to all the kids with autism.
Yeah, look, it's,
Yeah.
everyone thinks, right, that the SDAC is an indication of how well the economy is actually doing.
Yeah.
But everyone forgets, like, only the top 20% of people actually tend to own the SDAC index.
That's
Yeah,
so
yeah,
true,
yeah.
and that's what's wrong with it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
it's
it
a
is an
huge
indication of how
problem.
wet the cocks
Although
of the top
really,
1%.
it's
Yeah.
like, oh, everyone thinks that that's fine, but actually more people, the vast majority of people own the SDAC through their pensions. So if SDAC stops, then every old person in the country will be forced to go onto a cruise to kill themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah.
They can't even afford the Billy Connolly DVD anymore.
Oh.
I
You just have to sit and imagine it.
I have a kind of interest in pop divas, as you know.
Yes, you do.
But I was wrong-footed by a pop diva recently because a while ago, I don't know, maybe even like nearly a year ago, Olga was on this podcast.
Yeah.
She often is. And, because it is her podcast.
Yeah, right.
And she was talking about Tate McRae, the Canadian
Oh.
singer. And I'd
Yeah.
never heard of Tate McRae before. And she
Mhm.
introduced me to Tate McRae very much as someone who is a figure of fun, an absurd, not really a real pop star.
Because
like
you
a
can't
good-
understand what she's saying.
well, possibly, but she was talking about how she did a music video on a Zamboni.
Yes, she did. Yeah,
What's
yeah.
a Zamboni, please?
The thing you clean the
It
ice
polishes
rink
the ice
with.
in
Yeah.
an ice rink. It's like a
Oh,
big
that's
kind of
fun.
ice
Yeah.
tractor. Yeah. And
Mhm.
then very recently, I discovered that my 18-year-old niece and her friends are like unironically going to see Tate McRae.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They're like big fan, and I'm like, oh, this is like a.
She's a big
real-
star.
She's a big
Yeah.
star. She's very flexible. You know she was on she was on Dance Mums.
In what capacity?
Like she was one of the dancers who's not at the Abbey Lee Dance Company.
Oh, she was a rival dancer.
She was a rival dancer
She's like, I'm going to teach you
Shit.
to dance on a Zamboni.
on a Zamboni. And then she did why is this in my head? She did So You Think You Can Dance, but they did one
She did,
for
I thought you said-
kids.
she did So You Think You're Funny.
She did So You Think You're Funny.
on a Zamboni.
On a Zamboni.
She did
And
So
she
You Think You
crushed.
Can Dance, but like a kid's version of it because she was
Okay.
only a teenager.
Uh-huh.
And then she sort of disappeared for a while, and then she came back and she was a singer-songwriter.
Wow.
But I thought Olga Singh was that.
I love a
Tate McRae.
multi-hyphenate career girl.
She's a dancer. She's a singer.
She's on a Zamboni.
She's on a Zamboni. She's curling.
Yeah.
Polishing the
Yeah.
ice rink as a sort of day job.
Yeah.
I always hated it when they got the Zamboni out because it's like, God, this is going to be hard to skate on now. It's too clean.
So I think figure skaters have there's
Has to be
ratings
scuffed
of
up a
the
bit.
ice of
Mm.
like how thick and slippery you want it.
Yeah.
In many ways, that's
I
how the
want
S-Stack
it-
works
Yeah,
as
I
well.
think I like it just before the Zamboni's on. I like it really rugged, you know? Because it's just so
Oh,
much grip.
Something to really chip the blades on.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like an
Yeah.
Aussie cricketer going out there sanding the ice a bit to roughen it up
Yeah.
before the next team come on.
Yeah. cricket.
I really want to be good at ice skating, actually.
It's really hard.
I know. And your feet are so fucking heavy.
Yeah, you.
Because of the
Yeah.
ice skating boots.
Do you
yeah.
do you remember when that woman on Dancing on Ice kicked herself in the head?
Oh my God. No, I don't remember that.
Oh, okay.
But that
All right, no,
really, the image did a lot for me.
I want to hear about it though.
She was doing her routine, but she was also very flexible. But this might be a physics thing because your feet are so heavy with the boots on. When you kick, your leg tends to go much higher than it normally would because you've got the momentum
physics.
from because of the physics.
She kicked herself in the head. What happened?
She did like a kick where she like throws her leg like behind her and like bends back, but she did it with such force that she caught the blade in the back of her head. They finished the routine and then they realised that the back of her head is bleeding.
Oh, okay. So it didn't get stuck in there.
No, but then
Imagine that leg stuck to head.
But then no, it came back
Didn't
out
get
again.
stuck in
It's
there.
just sort of like
That would have been such a serious injury.
I think they would have
the way that
noticed
you use
sooner.
the word-
Emergency
Yeah.
The way that you use
neurosurgery.
the word "in."
Well, it
It's
had
so
to have
funny to
gone
think of
in
them
'cause she started
airing that.
bleeding. Yeah.
Like she has like a serious brain injury, and they're like, "Yeah, we're putting that out. Yeah, we'll broadcast that. Why not?"
Oh no, my foot's in my head. But then they brought her.
I've got an ice skate stuck in the back of my head, making me a Gemini.
Has anyone seen where did I put my ice skates? Did I pop them in my head?
Blue Factory!
Imagine being the one person who finished behind Engelbert Humperdinck. Yeah.
I don't remember who came last. Oh no, I do remember who came last. I think I have a problem. It was Norway, and the guy is gay now.
He was
Wow.
getting it. Was the
Great,
fact that he
another
was
one.
performing at the
One-
Eurovision Song
one-
Contest one of the first clues?
I'm just saying he was straight when he got
I love
there.
this. One at a time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get everybody.
His family came out to him. Like he came off stage, they were like, "Great job singing for Norway at the Eurovision Song Contest. Just so you know, you're gay."
Yeah.
And he was like,
We're straight.
I did not know that actually. I'd not come across. So that's what that's once I invested in the S-Stack index.
I'll just sniff the poppers to clean out my sinuses.
He's got South African.
Uh-huh.